To those of you who are guilty of disregarding your oaths, let this be your notice to cease and desist your efforts against the people, effective immediately. If we, the people, don't start seeing real change soon, we will begin efforts to replace anyone who has shown that they are enemies to the people.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. This video comes to you by way of Inspector Badgett. This guy goes into a city council meeting and he rips them all a new one. I told you guys a long time ago I really want to see more of these videos. This guy decided to pick up a camera and go record and start a channel. I think you guys are going to like this one. There's a Channel Jersey watcher that goes to his city council meetings and they harassed him big time for it. He's still fighting some charges. I'll drop his link in the description as well. This is what I want to see, folks. This is taking audits to the next level. Not just going into our government installations, but going to the city council meetings, asking questions, demanding answers, looking for transparency and accountability. Let's get right to it, folks. I'll see you at the end of the video.
Good day there, Patriots and Patriots. This is Inspector Badgett Audits. Today we're going to be taking a trip to the Marion, Iowa City Council to redress our grievances against the PD and also just the City Council as a whole. A big shout out to the Butt Crack News Network for meeting us out there, as well as the two other auditors that showed up. They did a wonderful job speaking, and it was a nice team effort. We got a lot of footage out there. But yes, mainly this was my first time actually ever speaking at a city council meeting, and my first real upload here to YouTube. So nice to meet you guys. I'm looking to be more active and really just trying to hold these tyrants accountable. The situation out here in Marion is an ongoing one, with many allegations against the city council and the entire police department. So we're going to go ahead and get to the bottom of these allegations so that we can replace these tyrants with people who actually love the Constitution and our rights. Thank you so much for taking the time and enjoy the video.
Good evening, City Council. I too would like to express my Fourth Amendment rights. I come to you today with tens of thousands of Americans standing behind me, all of which feel precisely the same way that I do. I'm just one of hundreds of thousands of people who are watching the situation unfold, which, to put into perspective, is much bigger than the entire population of Marion itself. First and foremost, I want this city council and all city councils to be reminded that their perceived power and authority is derived from the consent of those governed. And I can think that I can speak for most Americans that we're sick and tired of paying our officials to not represent us or our interests. It's a shame that the corruption plagues even our small cities, but don't be fooled. Many, many eyes are watching this play out. And history is showing time and again that the people will win. Most recently was actually just last week when a video exposing Mayor Tiffany Haynard's corruption achieved 1.1 million views in a single day. And the people of Dalton, Illinois voted to recall her. And if you tyrants keep it up, the Marion City Council could very well face the same level of scrutiny. I would now like to take a second to thank City Council and Mike the Cut Kitzmiller for the red light extortion cameras that were recently installed in the city of Marion. They in turn used that money to install 2 massive motorized gates for the Marion Police Fortress to ensure that the public is intimidated approaching their own police department. You would expect him to use some of that money to pay for to clean the trash that is accumulated inside the fence, but that evidently is the mentality of the Marion Police Department and the City Council as a whole. You don't care. You extort the populace, you empower yourselves with that money, and then you use that power to further extort the people without even having the courtesy to keep the taxpayer facilities clean and orderly. It's simply criminal. I hope that at least some of you have the integrity to look up and understand the Constitution and the Bill of Rights to which you've sworn sacred oath to defend. And if you haven't by now, then you just further confirm how unfit for office that you truly are. I have provided the clerk multiple copies right here. So then you guys have no excuse for not respecting our rights. To those of you who are guilty of disregarding your oaths, let this be your notice to cease and desist your efforts against the people, effective immediately. If we, the people, don't start seeing real change soon, we will begin efforts to replace anyone who has shown that they are enemies to the people. Those of you who have seen corruption around you but remain silent are also complicit. It's your obligation and your duty to blow the whistle on corruption wherever you see it. And if you continue to refrain from doing so, then you are also the enemy. A wide array of allegations befall the city council, all of which portray a severe lack of accountability, a poor leadership structure, and a desperate need of transformation and transparency.
You guys, don't let me forget to give Butt Crack News Network a shout out. He's already been helping this new channel. Linking up, going to city council meetings, outstanding. All right, and back to this video where this chief is getting ripped a new one.
Problems such as these stem from the top of the control structure and in this case, trickle down to even the clerks at the Marion PD. The way that we've been seeing the city of Marion's representatives treat the public is despicable and downright unacceptable. And I'm here today to tell you that it's no longer going to be tolerated. If you truly care about your constituents, your oath, and your salaries, then I implore you to make yourself known. Otherwise, I can assure you that we will replace you with someone who does. My appearance here today is not only to redress my grievances, but to demand immediate action from this city council. If there's even a shred of justice left in your hearts amongst you, then as a sign of good faith to the people of the city of Marion, I would like to call for Chief Gitzmiller to be replaced with the police chief who actually cares about his oath and the people in his city. He has shown by action and even said himself that he does not care about his oath. And by doing so, he has dishonored all those who have given life and limb to defend those liberties. And I know people in here have people served in the military and who have gone through horrible things that will never be the same again. And he's spitting on it. It's unacceptable. But even more alarming is that even though he allows his subordinates to operate with the same authoritative mentality, it just furthers the gap between the people and law enforcement. And historically, if this continues, it could potentially cost the city of Marion an immense amount of money and maybe even someone their lives. The fact is that the city of Marion needs a police chief that respects the people's rights and that disciplines his officers instead of covering up their faults. He has displayed poor leadership traits for years and has ruined who knows how many lives. Do the people of Marion a legitimate favor and fire him. If you don't comply with this simple request, then we will be forced to further question the competency of the council as a whole. And then we'll have to take actions accordingly, so we can actually get some change. So thank you for your time.
The man points out that the mayor from Dalton, Illinois had recently been exposed with over 1 million views across social media platforms. He's putting them on notice that if their corruption plagues that community, they could possibly receive the same type of scrutiny. This chief of police gets called out. The fact that he has to sit there and take it is wonderful to see. I can almost see his evil plots written on his face. Inspector Badger is letting him know he's on notice by the people. And he's not kidding, folks. My channel, along with your help, has gotten 6 police chiefs out of their positions, along with the mayor, not counting numerous low-level cops. When you mess with the people's rights and try to cover up corruption, you'll eventually be exposed. The era of secrecy within the departments is coming to an end. The people have a natural right to record government officials, request records, and redress grievances. We need to empty the seats at sporting events and fill up the seats at city council meetings. Plus, it's free. Use that time allowed to speak and get your point across. With that being said, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in. Make sure you all go subscribe to the original channel. I'll drop the link in the description and in the pinned comment, along with Butt Crack News Network and Jersey Watcher. Outstanding work out there, fellas. And if you do go to your city council meeting and speak your mind, you can reach us at recordpolicenow@gmail.com. Copy your video links and paste them there. Give us as much information as possible so we can include it in the video. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.